Welcome to today's deep dive. Usually property data feels pretty bulletproof.
Right, because you're swimming in thousands of data points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But today we are looking at the short-term rental market analysis for Medlow Bath, specifically a sample we captured on May 22nd for May 2026. And, well, that data pool shrinks down to a puddle.
A very small puddle. I mean, this sample observed exactly 19 active listings.
Which is wild. Okay, let's unpack this. Because for you as a host, how do you actually measure success or, benchmark a property when a single luxury home can completely warp the whole market's reality?
Well, that is the exact challenge for any host operating in a micro market. Like when you look at massive markets, those broader averages, they give you a safe baseline.
Right.
But when you only have a sample of 19 listings,
Mm-hmm.
treating a suburb-wide average as your benchmark it's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I want to get into the specific numbers here. So the report gives us a suburb median nightly rate of $373
Okay.
and an average rating of 4.25 with an average of 69 reviews. Oh, and a premium threshold of $453.
Right.
But relying on that $373 median to price your property just feels risky. I mean, if you have a room of 19 people and one is a billionaire, the average wealth is totally misleading.
Yeah.
Is this median just a trap for property owners?
It absolutely is. Because Medlow Bath is so much smaller than, neighboring Blue Mountain spots like Katoomba or Leura, a single overperforming or underperforming listing shifts the entire landscape.
Okay.
So you really can't use this report as a definitive market average. It has to be treated as a highly specific, practical snapshot of your direct competition at that exact moment.
But hold on, to avoid that trap, my instinct would be to just, slice the data up by bedroom count.
Which is exactly what you should do.
But if we start doing that with a sample of just 19 listings, aren't we slicing the pie way too thin? Like
Wow.
we end up comparing 3 or 4 houses. Is that even statistically relevant?
Well, statistically bulletproof, no. But competitively relevant, absolutely.
How so?
Because guests don't shop based on statistical significance, right? They shop by their specific needs. So if a family needs 3 bedrooms, they're only looking at the other 3-bedroom homes in that sample.
Oh, that makes sense.
The moment you look at the bedroom segment data, the whole illusion of that $373 suburb average just shatters.
It really does. I mean, the price gap is massive when you segment it. The 1-bedroom properties sit at a median of $237.
Right.
But then you jump to a 4-bedroom home, and it leaps to a commanding $737.
Yeah. It's a huge step-up premium.
But actually, the wildest part of this data isn't those big premium houses at all. It's the 3 bedrooms.
Yes. What's fascinating here is that the 3-bedroom segment is actually the deepest part of this market sample.
Right, there are 7 of them.
Exactly, 7 listings, with a median nightly rate of $355. But, and this is the kicker, they have the lowest average rating in the entire sample.
Yeah, it's sitting at a brutal 3.44.
Right.
Wait, a 3.44. When the suburb average is 4.25. That is a massive drop.
Mhm.
Why are they feeling so badly?
Well, if we look at the mechanics of short-term rentals, mid-sized properties often fall into the sort of no man's land of guest expectations.
What do you mean?
A 3-bedroom home usually attracts mixed groups or multiple families, and that exponentially increases the chances of conflicting guest expectations.
Ah, I see.
You have more people sharing bathrooms, splitting costs, demanding more value. The wear and tear is higher, and the friction points just multiply, which actively drags down those review scores.
Okay, so a practical benchmarking tip for you listening. If you own a 3-bedroom rental in Medlow Bath, don't pat yourself on the back just because you hit that suburb average rating of 4.25.
No, absolutely not.
You have to realize your direct competitors in that mid-sized space are actually struggling with presentation or guest experience, which leaves a massive opportunity for you to dominate that specific segment if you just get the details right.
Precisely. And we know it's possible to get it right in this market because the smaller and larger properties are completely crushing it.
Yeah, the data backs that up.
It does. The 1- and 2-bedroom listings, despite only having 3 and 4 listings respectively, they're hitting ratings of 4.9 and 4.93.
Right.
And even those $737 a night 4-bedroom premium homes, they're pulling a really strong 4.84.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
So I guess the bottom line here is that Medlow Bath isn't a one-rate-fits-all market.
Not at all.
To benchmark properly against this sample data, you have to hyper-focus on comparable properties matching the exact bedroom count and type, rather than letting that broader suburb median lead you astray.
Exactly. Which leaves us with a really important question to consider before we go.
Let's hear it.
If that 3-bedroom segment is the most crowded, yet it suffers from the absolute worst ratings. What specific guest expectations are those mid-sized properties failing to meet that both the intimate couples retreats and the sprawling premium homes are getting perfectly right?
That's a great point.
It really forces you to look incredibly closely at who exactly is standing in the room with you.